Remember how we talked about how the problem with the franchise was that they kept trying to make this big, huge blockbuster,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really not a huge blockbuster. And I'm saying this as a Star Trek fan. I actually watched a YouTube video, and it was basically there's two groups that are warring, and one of them is the Bad Robot group. Alan Kurtzman, J.J. Abrams, and of course Bad Robot, and then the other one is like the CBS Viacom group, because Bad Robot signed this contract where they make money off of all the new Star Trek stuff that comes out, even if they don't have anything to do with it.
That was a sweet deal.
I should have wrote this down. I apologize, Geek Pantsers. Normally I'm a little bit more studious, but I've been a little distracted lately. But I want to say it might just be the Calvin universe, but I'm pretty sure it's anything new. Or yeah, it is actually any of the Calvin universe stuff, but it's surprising how much is actually in the Calvin universe. Like apparently Picard is in the Calvin universe.
Really?
Yeah, but I haven't seen any of that yet, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta be honest, I was really hesitant because I didn't watch Star Trek Discovery, right? And I didn't watch Picard. Part of it is because I kind of want to go through Next Generation and revisit it again. The only problem with that is I forgot that back in the day, seasons were 26 episodes long.
They're long.
So getting through 7 seasons is an investment. That's like 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you'd have to go 2 hours for 2 weeks just to get through a season. So it's like, we're talking like, that's doable, but I'm not going to do 2 hours a night because I got other stuff I got to watch. I got to rewatch Spider-Man a million times.
You got at least 4 to 5 months of Star Trek to watch before getting to Picard.
Yeah, exactly. Because then it's also the movies, right? Because I can't just. Yeah,
you gotta watch.
I gotta revisit all the movies.
You know, especially Insurrection. I watched that twice.
That's funny, actually. For a guy that's not a Star Trek guy, you did manage to nail one of the worst Next Generation movies. I mean, I liked it.
I watched the Next Gen movies, but Insurrection was just bad.
I liked Insurrection. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, and I understand like the goal for it, but I mean, yeah, if I were to pick the worst one, it would be the worst one. Like I know, like the critics savaged Nemesis, but I thought Nemesis was way better than Insurrection, and I loved Insurrection.
Plus, you got young.
Actually, I shouldn't say I loved it, but I know. Isn't that like excellent casting though for a young Picard or a Picard clone? But still.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna talk next gen movies, like First Contact is easily the best.
So good.
Easy.
I think if I would do an order, like right off the top of my head, I would probably say, I'd actually go First Contact. I would say Nemesis, Generations, and then Insurrection. I think that's it.
That's it. Yeah, there's 4 of
them.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, so that would be my order.
It's probably my order too. I mean, I enjoyed Generations, but I think there's more of like a nostalgia thing with that. This because you're seeing Picard and Kirk together. If you're looking,
that was part of it.
Yeah,
that was part of it. The other thing too is that, and don't get me wrong, like I love that they actually made a movie that's literally passing the torch.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But the way Kirk died, I wasn't really a fan of. Also, because I've rewatched it a couple of times. So I think I watched it like 5 or 6 years ago. I mean, it's a great launching point. It's just, it's not. I couldn't possibly have it any higher than 3rd on my list for me.
Yeah.
Especially because they followed it up with First Contact, and First Contact was fucking awesome. Holy shit. And because it tied into like one of my favorite like episodes in Next Generation, where, because remember, I was a kid, so I got to stay up late to watch this. Now imagine this kid staying up late to watch Picard, like his favorite captain, become the Borg, and then have to wait 2 fucking months to find out what happens. Like, I was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, the Borg shit was always so creepy and cool. It was like, yeah, it's like a Event Horizon in the Star Trek universe.
Yeah, but like even then, like they introduced the Borg Queen, which was specific for the First Contact movie, which was incredible. Everything about that movie was awesome. We'll wrap this up. This will be the end of the deleted clip. So the people at Star Trek are still trying to figure out how to make it into this huge blockbuster. Favorite too is they keep citing like J.J. Abrams, and they always erroneously say that he is a Star Trek fan. He's not. He's actually gone on record and saying like, I'm not. I'm a Star Wars guy. My whole purpose for that movie was to make it more like Star Wars.
He succeeded.
He did. He succeeded. But then of course, when you get to Star Trek Beyond, where it's actually the more of a Star Trek movie than the previous two.
Yeah.
And it didn't do as well. And you're like, okay, well, see, that's kind of, that's where you're supposed to be at, you know? So whatever. If Star Trek movie makes $1 billion, awesome. I just don't see it. No. And I don't care if it's Quentin Tarantino doing his spin on it or whoever.
Well, even then it wouldn't make $1 billion. I mean, Tarantino is awesome, but he's never really had any, like his biggest hits aren't humongous, you know?
What was his biggest hits? Was it Kill Bill 1 and 2?
No, those weren't even that big. His 2 biggest hits are Inglourious Bastards and
right.
Hollywood.
Yes, that's right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is probably one of the most mainstream versions of his movies.
That's such a crazy, enjoyable movie, but so overlong that it's like I loved it, but I won't revisit it for a while because it was so long.
That's why I haven't even started The Irishman yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually, I read an article on Facebook, how to watch The Irishman as a miniseries.
Yeah.
Like they're telling you the points to stop.
Which is hilarious that they've got to that point. But okay, so that's the end of the Star Trek rant.